So in this video I'm going to be talking about Coinbase, and yeah, obviously, I've got to put this disclaimer: it's not financial advice. Everything I'm going to be showing you is just my opinion on the company, and I'm going to be using like public data. And if you do want to invest, then obviously do your own research. This is simply just my opinion on the company. I'm not going to tell you to buy or sell. So yeah, always make your own decisions. Never rely on other people. So if we start off with the stock, obviously I'm sure if you're watching the video, you know what Coinbase is. Now, let's just get straight into it now. Obviously, next week is the earnings, so I'm going to be speaking about the earnings and my expectations on it. And now, that's on February. The earnings come out on February the 13th. I think after market. Let me just check. Where is it? Okay, after market. And the expectation is 1.38, and the APS is this. Now, in my opinion, this can get beaten, and in many other people's opinions, this can get beaten. In these quarters, we've had around this, and in previous quarter, 1.41 Q2 24. And this is a very low number compared to what I'm going to show you in the second. And if we look at the biggest beat we ever had was Q4 2021, and that was the start of the bull run. So let's just go back onto the chart. And Coinbase performs off Bitcoin and crypto. If crypto is doing well, Coinbase is going to do well. Okay, so now if you look at Bitcoin, obviously 2021 was when we had that bull run. Okay, 2021 here, and Coinbase's best year, like earnings, was that 2021 beat where they made 2.5 billion in revenue. Let me see if I can really get into it and find it. So Q4 2021, I think. Okay, yeah, 2.5 billion, and that was off of the bull run where Bitcoin went from 30k to around 67k. Okay, now the next time we had a proper nice run was around 2023 to 2024, quarter 3 of 2023 and quarter 1 of 2024. So these are the next two we're going to look at. Now if we look at this dry period here, this dry period where crypto was in the mud, let's look at how the earnings perform. So that would be anything after this. So as you can see, 2022 was a tough year. They did not meet their expectations. Okay, and then the next time we had this push up, which was Q4 of 2023, my bad, and Q1 of 2024. Let's look at the earnings. Q4 2023, insane. Compared to the expected, they beat EPS, the insane expectation of 5,000. And obviously Q4 2021, they reported 1.64 billion and 1. Which is an insane beat. So now those two mad beats and this one was based off these mad moves off of crypto. Now if we look at the most recent move, when did it happen? Remember, they are going to be reporting earnings for Q4 of 2024. I'm whispering because it's quite late. So that is October, November, December. Now, if we look at where is October? Okay, first week of October. Let's just take it here. October to December, we had that insane move, which I think is the biggest move yet. 80% move. These were 50%. Okay, this was an 80% move, and this was a 100% move. But this sent Bitcoin to new all-time highs. That move from 60k to breaking all-time highs. Actually, we did that in 2024. But that move here all the way to 100k was crazy. Now, in terms of Bitcoin, I don't do much research. I don't like Bitcoin too much, but the volume and the inflows and the amount of people that started getting into crypto and buying into crypto off of this leg up, and once say 100k, people are going crazy about crypto. And there can be a future for crypto. I don't want to talk too much on the future of crypto and whatnot, because that's a different story. But if Bitcoin ends up with a good future, it can continue to rally. But we're just focused on Coinbase. So now if we look at how Coinbase performs, remember we said that 2021 was a good year. Obviously we had that leg up, and 2022 they were in the mud. 2022. So if we look at Coinbase in 2022, which was all of this, let's look at Coinbase in 2022. It was all of this. They were in the mud, and they only started kicking off back in, remember I said Q3 of 2024, this was the earnings which sent price up, and Q1 of 2024. So obviously this is when they most profited. And again, as you can see, we had this leg up in November, reflecting Bitcoin. It kind of reflects Bitcoin's price, but with this earnings push that's going to report all the price that happened, you could see a move to continue that price structure, maybe. At the same time, if they miss it, obviously you could see same down. That's why I'm not telling anyone to buy or sell, because there's that much risk on the table. But if we look at analyst reports, this guy just made a report, and he talks about he estimates their revenue to be around 2 billion. I could see it above, I'm sure, because what I'm saying is, on those crazy days they had 1.64 billion, and on the other crazy day it was like 800 million. And today, for Thursday, all they want, all is that is expected is 1.38. So I'm sure that they will easily smash that, and they could easily smash this. So it looks like an earnings beat, and if you look at when they beat their earnings, Q4 2021 was a nice beat, and that Q4 of 2023 was a nice beat, and obviously the biggest was 2024. So I think we could have a huge beat. And if you look at the earnings per share, they're quite well with beating that. Obviously 2022 was very, very rough for them, but after that, we had that pickup of Bitcoin and crypto back up. So I hope that made sense, going into detail with the earnings and what could be expected. And if we look at, obviously you could read this guy's report. It's public, it's on Seeking Alpha. He talks a lot about their base. Obviously they have their own blockchain and whatnot, so it's a good read. And if we look at their future cash flow, free cash flow, obviously they weren't profitable, and then they started making money in these 2 years. And 22 was obviously a very bad year. 2023 was a good year because price picked up, and 2024 should be a very good year for them, once we get it. And if we look at their DCF, I've done a discount and cash flow evaluation on them. I don't know why it doesn't want to load. Okay, so based on this evaluation, obviously this is my own numbers. Obviously I got the numbers from here. This valuation says that the price on this Uber, my bad, that the price is worth 378. So 378 would be legit like $100 move. So from where we are now, 378 would be here. That's what my DCF model says that the price is valued at. And if we look at here as well, this tells me it's worth high. Obviously I'm not just going to keep saying it's worth silly valuation. It's not just about discounted cash flow models. And obviously they have a peg ratio. These are the peg ratios. So yeah, those are the numbers I've got. Obviously it's different for everyone and what you want to do. And the news looks positive. They have some good reports on finance charts if you want to read about them. if we look at, Zacks, they're famous, they also expect, revenue to be, that's quite a lot. I mean, I think it could be that, maybe in the 1.7, 1.6 area, revenue. Yeah, you can read stuff like this. It's public for everyone, you know, and for on Seeking Alpha, they've obviously expected like them to be, and you can read all this stuff as well. It's good to look into these numbers, and really understand, with their upcoming quarterly earnings, they're expecting 1.7, which is fair enough, and 1.9 on the EPS, and their revenues is around 1.75, and that's based on like a few analysts, like 19 or 20. So in terms of earnings wise, it is looking like a beat. And maybe that could get priced in the next week or so, if people start to really hype this up, because I haven't heard too many people talk about Coinbase. I was the one who just kind of clocked onto it. I haven't heard many people really speaking about it. I don't know, it's going to deep. So even if we do see, you could get that huge jump if we do, even if we see that 300 level, 13% move. But yeah, other than that, there's a lot more I can say and go into detail, but it's best you do your own research. This was just a brief summary, in my opinion. I'm not telling you buy or sell. Obviously there's always risk involved. So if you are looking to, make an investment, always, do your own research. And this was just me trying to show you maybe some websites, where you can get your research from. You can use Yahoo Finance, Seeking Alpha, macro trends, and stuff like that, finance charts, and all of the data that you need is on these websites, and just through doing research. So I hope this was educational, and that was just how I would look at a stock and look at its news and stuff. But yeah, obviously we'll see what happens with Coinbase. Long term, who knows? But for the earnings wise, it's looking quite good. Obviously, if they do miss it, then they do miss it. But obviously, I'm going off the theory of if Bitcoin does well, they do well, and they're reporting earnings for this huge leg up to 100k, and a lot of normies, a lot of people, everyone started buying Bitcoin and going crazy. In the past month, in the past 3 months, I know there's not like legit everyone on earth has probably heard about Bitcoin and heard something about Bitcoin, in the past 3 months. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys like this stuff and want me to do more, then I can. Uber was a nice one I gave. But yeah, this we'll see what happens. Obviously, the problem with this is a volatile stock, so yes, we could jump down like a 13%, and if we do break that low, it might not look very nice. I'd have to reevaluate and see. But let's just see how this wants to play out. At the moment we're in this range. We've just been ranging around, so we'll see if we want to go break up that upside, or if we want to just go down and continue to dump. But the earnings has been chopping until then. Obviously we had this move up. I think this was when Trump won the election. I think it was, yeah, look, the 6th, Trump won the election, went crazy. Since then we've just been chopping. November chop. Same with Bitcoin. If you look at Bitcoin, oh crap. If you look at Bitcoin, okay, hold on. This has been chopping since November 12th. It's been chopping. If you look at November 12th, it's been a bit of a chop. So yeah, let's just see what earnings wants to do with Coinbase. And yeah, again, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.